Hi, it's UHD Carlson here, and today we're going back to one of the greatest action films that came out in the late 1990s. It was released on 4K a few years ago, but now it's been upgraded to include Dolby Vision and put in a nice steelbook package. The movie I'm talking about is Air Force One, starring Harrison Ford, Gary Oldman, Glenn Close, William H. Macy, Elliot Baskin, and a host of other fantastic actors. I'm going to unbox this release, share my opinion, and let you know if I recommend this release. Great close-up photo there of that steelbook. I think Sony did an excellent job with that cover art there as our spine. Here's the back of the backing card with all our usual information and photographs. Here's the back cover of the steelbook. Got some, fighter planes targeting Air Force One. That looks pretty nice too. Inside here we have a digital copy of the film. Over here we have our 4K Ultra High Def disc, and underneath we have a Blu-ray disc. The Blu-ray is identical to the one that came with the earlier 4K disc, although the artwork on the disc is different. Sadly, the background is just this plain blue color. I don't know why Sony does this. I mean, if you're going to do something like this, do something in the steelbook. Don't just make it a plain color. I mean, it revolves around the president. They could have put a picture of the White House. They could have had a picture of the Air Force One airplane going by. I mean, anything's better than nothing. I will go ahead and read the summary of the film for those of you who haven't seen it yet. The fate of the nation rests on the courage of one man. Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman star in Wolfgang Petersen's gripping thriller about a steadfast U.S. president who has just told the world he will not negotiate with terrorists. Now, Russian neo-nationalists have hijacked Air Force One, and the president is faced with a nearly impossible decision: give in to terrorist demands or sacrifice not only the country's dignity, but the lives of his wife and daughter. Harrison Ford is certainly one of the all-time great Hollywood actors. This guy can play just about any role, and I'm happy to say that this is certainly no exception. President James Marshall is certainly one of his finest roles, even if he only played the part once. It is great to see this guy in action doing what he does best. The movie is essentially Die Hard on an airplane, but that's not a bad thing, especially when you have a man like Harrison Ford at the forefront. The film was directed by Wolfgang Petersen, who has a pretty diverse resume that includes everything from Das Boot to The Perfect Storm. And he directs this movie expertly. It only clocks in at about 2 hours, but it's briskly paced and always keeps your attention. One of the true standouts in the cast, of course, would have to be Gary Oldman as the leader of the terrorists. This guy, he's one of those guys that can play just about any role. Whether he's playing a drugged-out pimp in True Romance, or he's playing the Prime Minister of England in Darkest Hour, good guy or bad guy, there's nothing Gary Oldman can't do, and this is a really good movie that shows off his evil side. The supporting cast is fantastic as well, including William H. Macy, Glenn Close as the Vice President of the United States, and of course, Elliot Baskin playing the second-in-command of the terrorists who hijacked the plane. You probably remember him best from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies as the guy who's constantly asking Peter Parker for rent. There's some great action to be had in the film, but there's also some pretty gripping drama as well. It's a fantastic film, and I'm great to see that Sony has decided to give it an upgrade to Dolby Vision. It's a beautiful-looking transfer with bright, vibrant colors and nice, deep black levels. I did compare this to the older disc that Sony had released, and I can't say that the difference between the two discs is this massive night and day difference, but I will say there's at least a slight uptick here. I don't know that it's so massive an upgrade that you should go out and sell your current disc, but if you don't already own Air Force One in 4K, I will say that this is the release to buy. Sadly, the supplement package is lacking, just like the older release was. We only get a commentary track, and even then, it's only included on the Blu-ray disc. The Blu-ray, again, is identical to the one that was in the previous package, and it's a very dated disc because it even has previews that air before the movie. And I thought we were kind of past that as a society at this point. However, I do have to say the picture quality is fantastic, and despite the lack of supplements, the quality of the film and the transfer alone, I think those are reason enough to recommend this package. Are you a fan of Air Force One? Do you think this is one of Harrison Ford's best roles? One of Gary Oldman's best roles? Is it basically Die Hard on an airplane? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And be sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.